Hey everyone, welcome to September Made Gowns. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made this perfect summer dress using this Indian block print cotton fabric. For this project, I have used 2.5 meters of 48-inch wide main fabric and 2.5 meters of 40-inch wide lining fabric. And yes, the dress has pockets. I'll be working with a free pattern for this dress called the Tamarind dress from Mode Fabrics, which you can find linked in the description box below. I did modify the pattern slightly. For the borders, I have used the lining part of the pattern for both the main fabric and the lining fabric to keep things straightforward. Plus, I have added some straps to complete the look as well. I have printed out and cut the pattern pieces according to the instruction provided in the pattern document. So let's jump into making the summer dress. Okay, so I have cut all the pattern pieces and laid them out on both the main fabric and the lining fabric, so it's two layers. I have placed all the borders pieces, both the front and back, and you can see there are two layers for each in both the lining and main fabric. The only piece that's been cut on the fold is the center front, since we need just one of those. Everything else is laid out flat, not folded, so that we will get two pieces of each pattern piece. I have followed the grain line to place all the pieces properly. I have finished cutting all the bodice pieces. I still have to mark the notches though. I have also cut out the pocket for one side of the dress and made it a little deeper because deeper pockets are just better. I have decided to add straps instead of going strapless. There are 4 straps in total. I have stacked them and they will be adjustable, as in you can tie them at the shoulder. For the skirt part, I'm skipping a curved design and instead using a large piece of fabric that I will gather and attach to the borders. The skirt lining is also ready, so let's move on to stitching. I've got the front bodice pieces here. This is the underbust section. There are 3 pieces in the shell fabric and 3 in the lining. I'm matching the notches I marked earlier and pin them to avoid any mistakes because nobody enjoys seam ripping. I will start by attaching the left side of the center and then repeat the same thing for the right side. I'll do the same steps for the lining as well. Before sewing on the actual fabric, I always like to test the stitch length and tension on a scrap fabric just to be safe, because some machines sometimes it can be a bit tricky and might eat the fabric in the beginning. Once I'm happy with the test, I move on to the main fabric. So now I'm stitching the 3 main pieces of the shell fabric together, and I'll do the same with the lining. That part is done. Now on to the bust section of the bodice. I've got all the bust pieces ready, both lining and shell. I'm checking the pattern layout to make sure everything is in the right order. This is the center bust piece. I'm laying out the pieces in the same order I'll be stitching them and pinning everything carefully again to avoid any mistakes. Just like we did for the underbust section, I'm taking my time to pin everything correctly. Sometimes mistakes happen, it's totally normal, but seam ripping can be a pain, so I try to avoid it as much as I can. I have pinned all the bust pieces and I'm attaching the lining first, then the shell fabric. Now I am checking if the top and the bottom part of the front bodice lined up properly. If they do, I'll stitch them together, then iron the seams open for a nice clean finish. Once that's done, I'll attach the back bodice to the front bodice. The back has two pieces and I have already stitched both the lining and shell for them. I'm matching the notches again and stitching the front and the back pieces together, both the shell and the lining. Next up, the straps. I have ironed all four of them just like we do the bias tape, but in the straight line. I have folded the top edges in and now I am stitching along the top and sides to get a neat finish. With the straps ready, I am attaching them to both the front and back bodice pieces. I am doing a basting stitch to hold them in place so that they won't move while I attach the lining to the main fabric. Now I'm aligning the lining and shell of the bodice and stitching them together. It's a curvy seam, so I'm going slow and steady to keep it neat. After that, I'm snipping the notches into the curve to reduce any bulk and avoid puckering. Okay, the top part is done now. Let's move on to the skirt. First, I'm working on the pockets. I have got two long fabrics for the skirt, front and back, and I'll be gathering them slightly, not too poofy. The pocket will be on the right side. I have marked the notches already, so now I'm going to pin the pocket fabric to the skirt and stitching it on. After that, I will iron the seams open and top stitch for a neat finish. I'm repeating the same on the other side of the skirt. Now I'm joining the skirt pieces on the sides. I start from the top, stop about half an inch into the pocket opening, back stitch a bit, go around the pocket and then continue. I'm leaving enough space for my hand to fit comfortably in the pocket. Once that's done, I'll give it a good press with the iron to make the pocket looks seamless. Now I'm switching to a gathering foot on my machine to gather the skirt fabric with a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch seam allowance. After gathering, I'll match the bodice to the skirt, pin everything properly and attach the both of them. I'm taking my time to line up the gathers properly so that there is no pulling. The skirt is now attached to the bodice. I'm trimming off any loose threads. For the lining, I'm not going to gather. Gathering lining can add too much bulk at the waist. Instead, I have added 4 darts both front and back. Then I stitch the front and back of the skirt lining together. Time to add the zipper. I have already attached the zipper to the top of the bodice earlier to test the fit. Now I'm sewing the rest of it in using a basting stitch first, just to check the alignment before stitching it with the invisible zipper foot. Once the zipper is attached to the main fabric, I'll do the same for the lining. But first, I need to attach the skirt lining to the bodice lining. I align the stitches, pin them, and stitch it all together. Then I attach the lining to the zipper using the zipper foot, carefully aligning everything and making sure there is no puckering. Once that is done, I'll trim off the extra bulk at the top of the zipper. The dress is almost done. Now I'm checking the zipper to make sure it closes smoothly. Once I'm happy with that, I sew the bottom of the skirt below the zipper. And now we are at the final step, the hem. I have folded the hem by 1 inch, ironed it all the way around, and now I'm doing the final stitching. With the hemming done, the dress is finally complete. Let's see the reveal.